Dante's been the most consistent guy for us on the defensive end all year. He's our anchor. I'm able to do so many things with him defensively. I just told him yesterday. I said, Dante, you just gotta relax. He missed 6 layups against Nebraska. They're all good shots. Sometimes as a player, you just have a bad night. I told him, I said, his defensive rating against Nebraska was off the charts. And I said, we would never have been in the game. You can't go 2 for 16 with one of your best players and still go to overtime on the road if your best player doesn't play defense. And I just said, man, you got to chill out and relax. And I thought he was much more relaxed on the offensive end.
Did you think defensively tonight it took you a bit to settle in, or what do you feel like changed after the kind of first inning?
Sometimes you just have to go with the flow of the game, and it seemed like it was going to be a little bit more of an offensive game. And I think at one point we were shooting 30 for 40. I think it was 76%, which I'd never seen. So I was just happy that the ball was going in the hoop, to be honest with you. I really wasn't that worried about defense.
Coach, when Jameer, Hakeem, and Dante are usually playing like 35-plus minutes, how important is it to get them some of those rests and have their minutes down, especially down the stretch?
Yeah, you're hoping you're in the Big Ten championship. So to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter this time of year. They're used to it. You're going to ride them, and they don't want to come out. So they didn't want to come out. They were mad that they came out. They get a day off tomorrow. I mean, I was 22. I could play 36 minutes every day. So. Is that it? This is great.
When Juju got his second foul, I know Dante had a conversation with him. You had a conversation with him, and Grant had a conversation with the official during the timeout. What's that process been like with Juju, especially on his post defense, trying not to get those 4th and 5th fouls?
In this league, big guys are going to get fouls. So it's with Ju, it's always been about the offensive fouls or the ticky-tack fouls. But in this league, you're going to earn some fouls. So he played 27 minutes. You pretty much can't play any more minutes than what he played. So he's averaging 26 and a half in Big Ten play. He's doing great not fouling. He's had to play against Hunter twice, Edie twice, Crowell twice, and he's been averaging almost 28 minutes a game in those games. So his foul, he's not a guard that can kind of, like Jameer never fouls. Like, I'm more mad that Jameer doesn't foul every once in a while than I am. Juju's going to earn them. It's impossible not to get a foul in this league at that size down there. And as physical as he's playing really physical, which I'm more excited that he's getting physical fouls. He's getting, he had 3 great wall-ups. I think he's playing as good as any big guy in the league.
Coach, Hakeem's been a bit more of a distributor lately, especially over the second half of the season here. What sort of element has that added to your offense?
It's taken a lot of pressure off Jameer. I think it's one reason why Jameer is playing so well is the fact that he knows he has a guy on the floor with him that's able to kind of do that. I also think it's kind of I think Hawk's gotten very comfortable in the offense and very comfortable what we're asking him to do. So I think that's really helped him.
And with the high field goal percentage mark tonight, do you think that's just getting hot at home, or is that the next step in this offensive progression?
No, I mean you got to give Minnesota played at Illinois on. I don't even know what today is, but thank you. Monday. Ben's doing a really good job with it, and he's going to do a really good job. But, I think there were nothing magical happened. The seeds didn't come out, and all of a sudden the plant grew. I mean, they were a little tired, and we knew how important this game was. I mean, that's one thing I was really happy about. These guys knew that this was a huge game. Get the 10 wins, have Northwestern coming in. I think we're tied for 3rd now, so. I thought the way we handled that part of the game was really impressive for this group. Thanks, Coach. It's late February. It's our 10th win. It's 3rd place. It's you don't want to have a bad loss this time of year where people are talking about it. you showed that we can just go out and handle business.
Coach, going off the performance from Hakeem, he did amazing passing, scoring, and defending. How important is it, in your opinion, to have a guy that could do all those things for your team?
I like having it. Yeah. I like the fact that he's shooting the basketball with confidence again. I think he went through a stretch where he was 3 for 20 something. I think he's just gotten, again, I think he's found his confidence again shooting the basketball, and that's helped us. It's opened up driving lanes for him. And him and Julian in two-man games have been, it's one of our highest percentages. So it's good to see a senior playing the way he is.
Coach, can you talk about Don's ability to bounce back after a tough game, hit a couple threes today, was in double figures? Can you talk about what that means?
Yeah, I mean, Don's the ultimate pro. He's been a great leader. He's been a great, he sacrificed some of his offense this year, playing defense. He hasn't had the year statistically that he would want, but he's a huge reason of why we are where we are. He's been so solid on the defensive end. He's been so solid and steady on the offensive end. And the other night it was tough. We went with Ian in the second half just because someone had to follow Taminga around, and it wasn't a good matchup.
I know earlier in the season, especially in the non-conference, you were talking about margin of victory, et cetera, at the end of the game, relating to analytics and such. When you're in conference play, especially late in conference play, I saw you a little frustrated after that late turnover. Do you still pay attention to that kind of stuff?
No, I think Jahari Long's a very good player, and I get frustrated with Jahari because I think sometimes he cruises. So that was more or less me having very, very high expectations of Jahari Long, and me expecting him to play much better at times, and me getting frustrated. That wasn't. You win by 18 in conference play in February. You're really not going to move your net that much. Ken Palm's going to move one spot. At this point, you're kind of locked into kind of where you are. That's why you can't lose this game, because it would have killed your net. So winning it by that, statistically, is not really going to move our net, I don't think.
Hey, Coach. Seventh straight game for Julian to score in double digits. Can you just talk about his performance today? He scored a season high in his performances just over the stretch.
Yeah, Julian's one of the best big guys in the league. Like I said it last game, I don't think I'd trade Julian for anybody. He's matured. He's understands what he's doing. We're playing so much high post offense, which I think has helped all these guys. And then defensively, he's been really, really good. I said it early in the year that, everyone was like, oh, Julian. I said, yet you hadn't seen the guy that yet. And I think everyone's starting to see the guy I saw in practice earlier in the year. Terrific. Oh,
Thanks, Coach.
go ahead.
On the defensive side of things, Minnesota shooting 7 for 10 from beyond the arc. What will you guys work on from now until Sunday in terms of defensively on the three-point end?
We're the number 6 team in the country at defending the three. We're the number 1 team defending the three in conference play. I had a guy that had made a three. Let's see, my guy Jaden Henley was 3 for 21. He went 2 for 2. We're pretty good at defending the threes. I'm not worried about that. Thanks.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Dante, just shooting wise, such a big improvement from the last game to this game. What kind of goes into that? How do you?
Just keep shooting. That's it. My coach has trust in me about my shooting ability, and I got trust in my shooting ability. Every player goes through slumps, and sometimes they can't find it, and you just gotta keep working and keep shooting. So.
And Julian, do you feel like you're starting to just find the consistency where every night you're having some of these bigger performances, and what's leading to just that consistency?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I feel like just playing with more aggression last couple weeks, last couple games, and confidence definitely getting better. I feel like I just keep ramping up, and getting better. I feel like I keep stacking D's and helping the team win.
For either of you guys, all 5 starters today scored at least 10 points. What does that say about the ability of this team to kind of spread the wealth?
At any given night, anybody can go off and make shots. Or any given night, when we need somebody to step up, they have to be ready to step up to the plate and be ready to score. I feel like every guy on this team is capable of just stepping up to the plate and doing whatever we need or doing whatever coach needs, if that's defense or scoring. And tonight, a lot of guys made shots, and I'm happy for them, and I'm happy that we got this dub.
I guess for Julian, I guess at first the free throws weren't falling for you, but how good was it for the crowd to kind of get into it when you knocked down your kind of free throws late in the game?
I ain't really like that. It's like I ain't really like that how like they just like I don't hit free throws. I get it why they doing it, but I'm just trying to get away from that. Really, I'm trying to like get a better percentage. Shot like 70 last year around there. Just get back that confidence, and I feel like it's gonna come along.
Dante, has your three-point approach changed this season, especially being one of the primary bigs on this team that shoots from range?
Like Coach always says, he doesn't see me as a big, but neither do I. So, but I don't think it changed. More so as I just been trying to get on more reps and just trying to stay consistent with my shot and my form. Especially when it comes down to me just making shots in the game. Can't switch it up. Especially when I go from mid post or shoot a couple mid ranges here and there, and then I step out to the arc. I kind of gotta adjust to my shots that I'm taking. So I feel like I just gotta stay consistent with that, and that's what I kind of been trying to do, especially today. And Coach had a conversation with me about me just stepping into it and just being ready for the moment. And I feel like today I was more ready for the moment than I was in the past. So.
Do you think that role is more important, especially on a team that's a bit more interior scoring, foul dependent?
Yeah, I think that's important because once we get in the interior, me and Jew, Hakeem, whoever, because we have 5 guys that he pitched down there in that post. And I feel like once we get out there, kick it back out, and I got to be ready to shoot. So I feel like I've just been stepping up and just trying to like figure out a space where I can catch and just keep it consistent. So just like JY in there or whoever, I feel like it's just been really key for me to just be able to make shots. So.
For either or both, last game, full house, noisy. This game, not quite full, not quite as noisy, not playing a former #1 team in the country. How hard was it to get up for this game, and how proud are you of the effort against a team that is not as easy to get up for maybe as a Purdue?
I don't like Coach always says, and we always try to prepare ourselves the best to just step on the court and give it our all. And I feel like you can't just let down in the Big Ten. So like if it's from playing #1 to playing whoever, at the end of the day, it's a team that's coming in your gym trying to take over what you got going on. And I feel like that's not something that we look forward to for happening. So I feel like every time it comes down to either having a big crowd or a small crowd, we got to come out on the floor and just give it our all and just try to get that win. Because at the end of the day, the fans, if they come or not, we got to give it our all. We got to play to our best ability because at the end of the day, this is our passion. And this is what we step on the court every day to do, sacrifice day in, day out. And I feel like that's all you can do is just give it y'all, no matter if you got fans out there or not. So.
And Julian, today one of your best games, if not your best game, as a member as a Maryland Terrapin, 9 for 11 from the field. What was working inside the paint against the Minnesota Bigs?
Just getting to the middle. I feel like they just let me get to the middle, get to my left hook or the right shoulder a lot. So I feel like I took advantage of that and, just running the floor, getting rebounds, cleaning up misses, easy putbacks, and just things like that. Like that got me going. I was able to score a lot.
Julian, being on the receiving ends of a lot of those feeds from Hakeem, what have you seen from him as a distributor lately?
I feel like Hakeem one of the best guys we got going in the ball screen action. He just makes smart plays a lot. Doesn't really turn the ball over. And yeah, I feel like he has a great looks. If the guy doesn't step up, he scores the layup or dishes to the corner. He just always makes the right decision. And I feel like a lot of our senior guys do that and take care of the ball. And he's just great. Yeah.
Dante, as a team, you all, were just short of setting an Xfinity Center record for field goal percentage. You were in 70s for most of the game. Was there anything specific about the looks that you as a team were kind of getting to that led to that, or it was just kind of one of those nights?
I feel like it had a lot to do with Don because when it came down to it, Don stepped up to the plate and made shots, even if it was a tough one, wide open one. And I feel like we followed behind that and just kind of dominated in the post. And then Jameer and them, they kind of finished up around on the arc and just took their time with their shots and they made them. We had a couple lucky bounce-ins, but that's what you get when you're at home court advantage sometimes. So it was just good that we was able to knock down shots consistently and just really be able to have each other's backs and get each other assists. So